Hello everyone. Today we are diving in such an important topic of growth mindset. We will look at what it is, how to achieve this, how to develop this, and why even we need to bother about this at all. As you know, everything starts with development. And whenever we want to do, if we want to learn something, if we want to achieve something, we need to take steps. And how we perceive, how we approach, how we see the picture will determine how everything will unfold. And if we think for a moment, then we will see that we are naturally born with this growth mindset. Look at little babies. They're just by observing and trying to mock you, trying to copy you, trying to do what you do, trying to be like you, they grow very fast. And they even do not have a second thought if they can learn it, if they can do it. Because from the moment they born, they have this grown mindset that they can do it, that they can achieve it, that everything happens around not to stop them, not to make a signal that something bad is happening and you should stop or something else, but they naturally know that they can grow, that they can achieve those tasks, do, learn, and so on. But growing up, we face a lot of difficulty, challenges, and limits. It could be set by our family, it could be set by our teachers or social environment, culture, and much, much more. And we start doubting ourselves. At some point in childhood development, we need to see and feel that our effort appreciated. We need to see and feel that we are important. And if you do not receive this message, and it's not about the words, not about the words, it's about the feeling. We can start doubting ourselves. We can start doubting if we can do it. And we ended up with very limited mindset that in this life, in this country, in this city, in this profession, we can do this, and we can do that and that. We limit our possibilities and we basically limit ourselves and put ourselves in a little boxes. But those boxes, in 99% of cases, are in our heads. And here comes in play growth mindset. And it's not just about believing that you can learn something new, that you can grow. It's also seeing a new possibility. It's also about new perspective, how you see what is happening, how you see some situations and what you take from that. And when you start working in your growth mindset, it's important to start with asking and being aware, what is self-talk? What is your inner self-talk? What are you constantly saying yourself? If there are phrases like, I always fail, I cannot achieve this, this not for me, I cannot do this because that and that, I do not have time, I do not have that and that, is this inner self-talk that limits us, that pushes us back in that box. And also, sometimes this self-talk takes a bit a different angle. And it's about, I'm not good enough. I will probably fail. I can do this. I don't want to risk. I'm afraid of something new. What if I fail? What if I success? There's a lot of different self-talk that we need to be aware of, because awareness of those thoughts is a first and most crucial step. Because only when you're aware that you have this inner self-talk, you can start working on building a new self-talk, getting rid of those limiting beliefs and involving being more aware that everything is possible. So this is a first point, that we need to start with awareness. And when we do this kind of assessment, it's sometimes useful to identify what triggers those self-talk. For example, when you're thinking about taking a big challenge or learning something new, what does your fixed mindset tell you? And how often it tells you? Always, sometimes, never. When you're thinking about making a change, when someone criticizes you, what's inner self-talk start there? When you fail at something, when you succeed at something, when something goes wrong, what is your inner talk? Is your inner talk that, well, I didn't make all the work, or is there I'm not good enough, or is there oh, it's me, it's always be failing? Like, what is your inner self-talk and what it triggers? And also you need to be aware of your reactions. Okay, was my trigger, and triggered this self-talk. What my reaction was? Am I blaming others? Am I judging or blaming situation? Am I blaming myself? What's the point? What's your actions and reactions? This is like a first part. The second part would be is about perspective. How you see this situation, how you perceive it. Because if you fail, and we all fail, it's life, we all learn from mistakes. But if you fail and you think immediately that, I'm not good enough, it's not for me, I'm always failing, it's the one thing. And it's probably not the best thing. But if you, for example, failing and you think with curiosity, I wonder what I can do differently next time, what the situations teach me, what lessons I can gain here, what worked, what didn't work, what maybe I need to double on or get rid of. Maybe I need to find somewhere support. You see, it's totally different perspective. It's totally different from I'm failed, it's never working for me. And be curious why it's failed. What's happened there? How to change it? What can I learn? Because it's totally different perspective from first one. And it's put you in a state of empowerment. It puts you in a state of control. It puts you in a state of believing that you can do it. It puts you in a growth mindset. That you can do it, you can achieve it. You just need to learn, and mistakes are fine. You learn from mistakes. I remember when I was in college, a lot of teachers always admit to me that I'm not afraid to ask questions. And even when I start my career and was on a junior position, I still was open to questioning, to seek for help, seek for support, and be curious, what am I doing wrong? How I can improve? Because it was so obvious to me that you can only learn from mistake. And especially in college and university, you literally cannot learn if you not do anything or just s- constantly saying that I'm failure. I can do it. Because all growth come from learning on the past mistakes, building up on that, taking what helped you, taking what worked, seeing what you can improve, and move from that point. But it's not natural for a lot of people. A lot of people so down in this little box that they even do not have a thought that this mistake could have helped them, that they could learn from that. So it's important to build this growth mindset, to be curious and to just play with it and see what will happen if I do this and that. Because honestly, a lot of times it's not a question of life or death. Yeah, there are cases and situations when you need to make a lot of thinking, but in almost all cases, we are not talking about like crisis cases or like when surgeon making the operation, something like that, when the slightest move can result in death. We are talking in a general life questions and life challenges. We always need to be open and curious and be playful because it's life. No one can say what will happen if you will do this or that. No one can predict. Even the person who seems like went through the same path cannot tell you. And you should not to look up at this person and thinking, okay, I need to follow the exact steps and I will get the same result. Because you are a different person. You have different inner self-talk. You have different beliefs. You have different limits. You have different situation, family, relative, circumstances. Even a time is crucial one. Because what steps were achievable in, for example, a year ago, now would not bring the same result. And those who are in building, in marketing and building online businesses, they know this because all that you learn is constantly changing and evolving. So we need to be curious and see what happened if I will do this. And do not judge yourself if something goes wrong. Give yourself, give yourself space and time to learn from mistakes, to take lessons, and to move on another level. And this perspective of how you see your mistakes, how you see your failures, how you see your success, because addressing the success is also important. You also need to see, wow, it's really worked. What worked the best? What I can take and amplify next time so I will achieve the success faster and quicker. And from this growth mindset, when we're curious, only from this point we can take actions that will uplevel us, bring us closer to our goals and dreams. Because if you thinking that you will not achieve something, no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, if you think that you cannot achieve this, you cannot. And probably a lot of you don't want to hear this, but it's true And we need to start from inner selves to build this growth mindset, to build the awareness. Because a lot of times we even do not aware, and if something not working, the first thing that you need to say, what are my beliefs about this current situation? What I'm really thinking about this? What I'm really feeling about this? How I see and feel the outcome? How I predict it for myself? And it can be helpful to try visualize yourself achieving this goal and dream. If it's really hard, then probably there's a lot of beliefs and limits sitting inside that you need to work on. And if you can visualize it, can feel it, just remember that feeling and keep this feeling with you throughout the day, throughout your actions. This way, you will rebuild your chemistry inside your body, rebuild yourself, and the outer world will start aligning with this inner feeling. So, what is growth mindset? Basically, it's how we see and perceive our actions, our possibilities, our successes, and our failures. Why we need it? Because if you do not have growth mindset, we are an obstacle for ourselves. Because growth mindset will help you grow and not do over and over again the same thing that is not working for you. And how achieve it? First, be aware. Be aware of what your inner self talk, of what is your perspective, how you see things, how you feel things. And take action from the point of growth. And it's not something that will take you in a matter of minutes of seconds. And it probably will not happen overnight. But if you will be cautious about it, if you will make it as your goal to grow this mindset, you can do it. And it's a big part of my work with one-on-one clients, because if we will be sitting on the back seat of our car, it won't drive us anywhere. So we need sit on the driver's seat, push the engine button, open the gates, and go. I hope this was helpful, and you will start noticing what is your self-talk about this area. You can journal in it, just reflect, you can meditate, do whatever feels right for you. But think of what is your self-talk. Start noticing when it arises and start shifting it. Be curious about life, and be playful. See you around. Bye.